Today is Friday, July 21st, 2023, and I'm excited because I get to show people in our audience, and those mostly are people in jail or prison or justice impacted people who are about to go into the system, how they can every day make progress towards something that might be even bigger than themselves. They might be working towards success upon their release, but they also may be working toward a success that will benefit the entire community. We've got to build credibility when we are working through challenges. That's something that leaders taught me while I was going through 26 years in prison, and it's what I try to share with every member of our community. And of course, most of the people with whom I connect are serving lengthy sentences inside jails and prisons, and I consider anything over a day to be a lengthy sentence in prison, even though I was in for much longer than one day. I want to share with you today's journal entry, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about it on the other side, and I will share some examples of what does it mean to build credibility in incremental stages. So I'm going to go to the top of the website here, and you will see where we can see the different profiles. And today I am going to be sharing the journal entry that I published earlier this morning. Let me make sure that my camera here, can show it on the screen. So I'd like to, let me just do some maneuverings here to make sure that what I am seeing is the same thing that what you're seeing. That looks a little bit small, so I'm going to try and make it bigger if I can, and then I'll just scroll through. So I'd like to update people in our community on our new platform, Prison Professors Talent. Although I publish the daily journal on our websites, more than 100,000 people access our content inside jails and prisons. Since they cannot access the internet, I will update them in the following ways. 1, through these journal entries that we send through the prison's email system. 2, through a PDF that we'll mail to those who've expressed interest in our community. And I'm going to send this one out on July 24th, 2023. And 3, through a new workbook that we'll publish and distribute. And we'll likely do that by September 2023. And just to give you kind of an idea of what those look like, they look something like this, right? So this is our actual course. It's called Preparing for Success After Prison. It's called Preparing for Success After Prison Workbook. And you'll see it's, if you can see it with this light, it's it's a comprehensive project. It's a comprehensive project that also qualifies for earned time credits for those who qualify, but it's showing people how to use time inside to prepare for success when they come out. And I always say I never ask anyone to do anything I didn't do, and one of the things that I did that really opened opportunities was always strive to build credibility. In fact, that's what today's website was about, building credibility, as you can see. So let me continue reading here. So more than 140 people have sent invites to our address, which I'll publish at the bottom of this email. Our interns follow the steps. 1, they accept all invites. 2, they build a profile for the person with the information we have. And to advocate effectively, we need to call attention to the number of people inside who adjust in extraordinary and compelling ways. I can't see so much of it. Although we're pleased more than 140 people have signed up, we need them to begin fleshing out their profiles by sending the following information. 1, bios. 2, journal entries. 3, book reports. And 4, release plans. I have written lessons to suggest steps people may take to write those sections of the profile, and our development team is building 2 new sections that will highlight progress. Impact. Our impact page will include a series of visual representations that show how many people use their profiles to memorialize the different ways they're using time in prison to prepare for success upon release. Visitors to the website will see charts and graphical illustrations showing that we could improve outcomes by allowing people who qualify to serve sentences in home confinement. Such reforms will allow people to work and support themselves, preparing for success while still under the supervision of the Bureau of Prisons. Individual highlights. We're creating a highlight reel to feature the images or progress of the most active people on the website. If a person participates in a program and submits a book report, updates a biography or release plan or new journal entry, the website will track the progress and assign points. The points will advance people, highlighting how they stand out as an extraordinary and compelling candidate for success. Advocacy. We're investing heavily, given the limited resources of our nonprofit, to build a more compelling case for reforms. We continue focusing on the challenges ahead. Now, many people do not want to see the reforms we're advocating to bring, and those are reforms that incentivize the pursuit of excellence. What's our view? Well, we believe that we need to reform laws and policies to get the outcomes we want. Changes should empower BOP administrators. They need tools to incentivize people working to prepare for success upon release. Those incentives should lead to a higher level of liberty based on merit. Opposing view. Some people want to serve every day of the sentence that a judge imposed and argue that the system should not reward people for doing what they're supposed to do. They do not like any mechanism that could advance a release date. Some leaders have told me they would like to govern with more punishments for bad behavior rather than incentives for good behavior. We hope to profile more people on Prison Professor's Talent. If we can show 1,000 people building extraordinary and compelling cases, we will bolster economic arguments. We'll show that people are preparing for success upon release, which is in the interest of every citizen. Our community at prisonprofessorstalent.com opens opportunities to memorialize your preparations. If you'd like to publish your profile, email our team, interns at prisonprofessorstalent.com, and that's at the Prison Professors Charitable Corporation, 32565 Golden Lantern Street, B-1019 in Dana Point, 92629, and we provide a 818-237-3460 phone number because many people need that. Now, what's important to see is what I mean by we're going to be highlighting it here. So this morning, I'm going to try and show you here, we've been building the back end of the website to include a page that will profile. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller if I can. I'll just use my limited technology skills so that you can see. There we go. And there we go. So forgive this for being a little bit blackened, but I'm just trying to share with you how this will work. So it's profiling like the number of student bios that we're building. I think there's 72 now, but 141 people have written that they want to have their bios published. Student journal entries, there's been 80 so far. There's been 30 book reports we've received, release plans at 74, individual book scholarships 431, matching donations, it shows 4,100, but we've really distributed more than 41,000. So what we're doing here, and we'll also show you that I'll also profile, go to the top of the page here, and you can see on the homepage of the website, we're also going to be building a section that profiles some of the most active members of our community. So people who are submitting reports and so on, we're going to build a whole section there that kind of profiles them in the same way that you could see on the BOP's website. We're actually using the BOP's website as a model. So like say on the BOP's website, you'll see that it's got that river floating around. And we still like to show this because it profiles the support that the agency is giving to these efforts of helping people prepare for success upon release. In fact, the next image you'll see, this is the same kind of model we're going to have. It profiles our work, right? So education and reentry programming are keys to success, and then it profiles and it describes, how the agency is working with us to develop these tools. And this is all part of our advocacy efforts, our efforts to really empower the agency with more resources that they could use to incentivize a pursuit of excellence. We really believe that if a person qualifies and that the person has a job, a place to live, and is not a threat to society, it can demonstrate they're not a threat to society, the Bureau of Prisons could manage that person just as easily on home confinement. But we have to build these tools to get there, and prisonprofessorstalent.com is one of those tools. So we're really enthusiastic about seeing the development as it's coming along. We look to see a lot more development in the months to come. Still, my company is the primary one that's funding it, but it is a nonprofit, and as we develop more credibility, that's what this is about today, building credibility, we feel as though we'll be more confident in going to businesses that want to see changes so that we improve the outcomes for all justice-impacted people. I believe in you and want you to start building your pathway to success. That's the reason that we do this work. We'll be sending these books into prisons. Probably it'll take us until August to write the new release plan book and profile all the different ways that prison professors' talent can help people. But if you're going into the system or you're into the system, now is the time to start sowing seeds for a better outcome. My name is Michael Santos. I'm the founder of Prison Professors, and I believe in you.